This year, wacky idiot felon running for Congress in the U.S. Congress District 7 of Maryland against Elijah Cummings. The next thing I want to talk about is wars. The Democrats and Republicans love wars, or giving equipment to all these foreign countries for their own wars, because defense contractors have a lot of money they made off our tax dollars in providing these goods and services to the U.S. government. So they give a lot of it to politicians to get them elected. And politicians have to be in their pocket by creating more conflict in the world. But the funny thing about it, we don't have any allies in the world. We have all these so-called allies, but since when is a country an ally if we have to pay for their military to go fight with us in a country? Their total cost. Why would you say they were an ally if they charge us double the price for the land in their country? When we're defending them, they should be paying us for being there, not us paying them double the going rate for the land. Why are we giving all these terrorists money in the world? Like the Palestinians, millions of dollars. All these Central American countries, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, when it only ends up in the political leaders' pockets and not to go to help people, or to buy more bombs like the Palestinians or rockets to shoot at Israel. We got to stop trying to buy the world and buy our allies. The hell with Germany, the hell with Japan, the hell with England, the hell with all of them. If they're not going to stand up with us, then we're not going to stand up. And stop paying most Americans for not working. Train them. It says if you give a guy a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you train him how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. We got to start bringing our inner city people up and training them on jobs, instead of just throwing welfare money and food stamps and housing and everything. It got to go back to the Carter administration, where there's limits on how much you can use in your lifetime. 5 years is max, and 2 years at a time before you get your ass off that bed or couch and get back to work, unless you are so disabled you can't. I am tired of this government paying everybody to do everything. And every country we've supported, from Fidel Castro for the overthrow of the king there, to then supporting the rebels to overthrow him, that we backed off of, to the Panama dictator, to Guatemala, to Iraq fighting the Iranians. Even though Kuwait was stealing the oil from Iraq, we supported Saddam Hussein. We supported bin Laden and gave him military weaponry to fight the Soviet Union. How long is this going to keep lasting? That we're on the wrong side of everything and we end up having to fight the people we supported 10 years ago or 20 years ago or 30 years ago. I mean, build bridges here in America. Build roads here in America. Rebuild our schools up to code in America in every inner city. Not just one school in one city and, oh, I helped my state as a congressman. No, vote to do it all. Every school must be brought up to code. No more overcrowded classrooms. Teachers have to learn to teach. Break the damn teachers union. Get rid of it. Teachers should be working on merit. Just like if you work for a corporation. You do your job and you do it good, you get a pay raise. You don't do your job, there's the door. I'm tired of teachers not being able to be fired, or even police officers can't be fired because of the unions and the contracts. It's a nightmare to get rid of anybody anymore as a government worker. So many hoops you got to jump through. We got to bring back some dignity. And our school boards are crazy. For every one person that was in school when I was growing up, there's 10 now. And most of them are in the county school board headquarters. Why do we need all these, a counselor, a co-counselor, a co-co-counselor, a co-co-counselor, a co-co-co-counselor? We need one health nurse in every school. They can also be a counselor. We only need one secretary in every office to help the principal out, and she can also be vice principal. We just keep expanding the amount of workers, which is expanding the tax burden on American taxpayers, and they're still not getting our kids educated, as I said in the previous one video. We have to start being realistic. Just like zoning. If it's commercial, let them go. If it's residential, let them do it. If it's multi-use residential, let them build. Why do we have to worry about how many flowers, how many trees, what color the damn doors are, how many square foot the house is, how many square foot the yard is? Every busybody under the sun wants to get involved, and you do it my way, or I'm going to raise hell and not let you build or open a business. This is getting to be ridiculous. Why do you think businesses are all fleeing overseas and closing their manufacturing places here? All EPA laws, when Nixon started the EPA, it was to get rid of the extreme hazardous chemicals and stuff out of our air and water and ground. Not to ban coal. Coal can be honestly cleaned and put back in the environment. But the small coal companies don't have the money to do it. Why in the hell are we supporting things that don't work, like solar and air turbines, wind turbines? Give the damn money to the coal companies so they can put the scrubbers in their chimneys and stuff and clean the coal smoke. And let them keep producing cheap coal, cheap energy, I mean. Coal is 1/100th the cost to produce the same kilowatt hour as solar or wind powered places. Why don't we start doing more like we do up in Baltimore, where we burn trash for energy and the air is almost 100% breathable out of their chimney there. And they recycle everything that's not burnable, like metal, plastic, etc., and newspaper, so it can be recycled and only burn trash, to produces about 10% of Baltimore City's electricity. We could do this in every major city to stop all these landfills of hazardous waste products that's polluting our underground water. Can't anybody use their head? Our country is no longer a democracy, or a representative democracy, or have a constitution, or the Bill of Rights. Our companies have just taken over, where fathers can't be home for dinner anymore, women don't have to work, they can stay home with their kids, which is a hell of a job. I did it with my kids because I was disabled, so my wife continued to work. I couldn't work. And I raised the 3 kids. I was the homemaker, and it is more work than working a lot of times. They've just run us rampant in greed. Do away with God. Do away with family. Do away with everything. Even the welfare laws, you ain't allowed to have a husband in the house, or you cut off a welfare and Section 8 housing. Because if you have a man around, he should be able to work and take care of you and the kids. That's not true all the time. Until we start educating the inner city people properly, where they know what 2 + 2 is, and know how to use a computer by high school, they're not going to get a job that pays anything. And since all of our jobs are going overseas for manufacturing, because of the EPA laws and the taxation here, there's no jobs for poor people that doesn't take any brains to do. Building cars at GM doesn't take any brains. I'm not trying to down you workers, but you could teach a first grader how to put the same piece on each car for 8 hours a day. within 10 minutes. But we're shipping all the jobs to Mexico or Canada or other places without the unions or without the high taxes or the high EPA rules and regulations. Remember, I'm the crazy lunatic Vietnam veteran that wants your vote for U.S. Congress 2016 for U.S. Congress District 7 of Maryland. Thank you.